Hey, how's it going, everybody? Welcome to Freebeat. Now, lately I've noticed a lot of people buying up like all the toilet paper everywhere, and I just couldn't figure out why, and then it hit me. They're probably making sweet beats with it, so that's what we're going to do today. All right, so here we are at our little workstation here. So I've got a Teenage Engineering pocket operators here. I've got the PO33 KO, which is a micro sampler, and then I've got the PO35 Speak, which is a voice synthesizer. So what I've done is, I have loaded all of our samples onto the PO33 KO. Actually, they've been pitched down a little bit. There we go. That's about how they sounded. And then on the PO35, I've got that rustly sample loaded in there, and we'll see what we can do with that. But first, let's come up with a beat. So this is definitely going to be our kick drum. And I think that sounds pretty good for the snare. And then what I want to do, I think, is copy this sound into a second drum kit and pitch it way up, because it's kind of got that metallic-y sound, and use that as the hi-hat. So first, let's copy that. Turn up the volume. Now let's yeah, it sounds pretty good. Let's trim it down a little bit too. There's a little bit of hum in the background. Sounds pretty good. Let's go back to the... That one has some hum too. Let's trim that down. I actually kind of like these up high. We need to trim the snare a little better. That sounds good. Why don't we just go with that for our pattern, actually? So let's put the kick in. So, now let's get our snare. Just put that on 2 and 4. Let's listen. Sounds pretty good, actually. So now let's go to our kit with the hi-hat. Let's put that on all 16 steps. And let's have a listen. Whoop. Kind of glitched there. Let's try again. So that sounds pretty good. Let's bring the volume of the hi-hat down, though. We're going to hold the right button. And adjust it right there. Using the octave up effect. That sounds pretty good. Alright, but let's just call that good for the beat. This video is just for fun, so we don't need to get crazy with it. Let's move on to the Speak and what is going to be our bass line. So on the Speak, we can play back samples in different ways. So that's kind of as close as it can get to the original. This is more of an auto-tune. We've got some noise and whisper ones. Just right off the bat, this one already sounds good. Let's say we wanted to use this one, though. This one is, I believe, the 5th, so it's a chord. It's a power chord. So to turn down that noise, we hold record, effect, and we press button number 6. And we can turn the noise way down. Oh, so this one's not the chord, but you can see all the noise is gone. Is it this one? This one's the chord. Sounds pretty good. So let's go back to that play style, the bass one. That one's pretty cool too, but That actually sounds pretty heavy. So now let's trim the sample so we can pick where it starts. I'm going to start it towards the end. I think there was a little swell. Yeah. And then we can play how fast we can say how fast it plays back. So if we go all the way and make it as slow as possible, it's actually going to feel more like an actual synth. So right now, I think we're in a major key, so I want to be in a minor key. So I'm going to hold pattern, and then if we turn the left knob, that'll actually let us pick, see it says C major, so this would let us pick the note. All 12 notes are available, and then this lets us pick our key signature. So, or our scale, I mean, sorry. So I'm going to say C minor. So yeah, now we're in C minor. I was thinking about playing something just like... just something nice and easy, that we could play over that. So I think that's what we're going to do. I might try to play it in live and just see what happens, and then we'll mess with it from there. So let's try that. So we'll cue this up. Whoop, make sure this is playing. And I'm going to press play on here, and then I'm going to hold right on here and try to play that melody, that bass line one-handed, and record it in real time. Here we go. That's pretty good. All right, obviously we have a little volume adjustment to make, but yeah, I'm pretty happy with that. So let's mix these then. Let's get them in. So to change volume on pocket operators, you hold BPM and then press one of the 16 keys. So right now we're at 15 volume-wise on here, so almost the max. And on the speak, we are at 11. So yeah, let's play those again and try to dial in a mix. I'm pretty happy with that. So now what I want to do is actually play with the tone of this. So you can completely morph it. So to do that, we're going to play it in real time and hold the right button, and then make our changes. That sounds pretty cool. So yeah, I think Toilet Paper Beat is well on its way. Let's play with some effects. That actually sounds so good, the drums. So I'm going to record this effect in. So I'm going to hit right, and then play the effect. Whoop. When's it going to stop? There we go. So actually, I don't like the mix now with the drums that high, so I'm going to bring this guy down and bring this guy up. So let's try that again and see where we're at. Here we go. I really like that snare drum. You know what I kind of want to hear, actually, in the hi-hat? I'd like to hear some little variation. So instead of just straight 16ths, let's go da. So we want a double trigger here. So with right mode on, we're going to hold button 3, press BPM. And you'll see up top we can go through different trigger parameters. 2 should be good. You can hear that, actually, right in the beginning. Yeah, so let's go. So we're going to do that again here. So double trigger and double trigger. Now let's listen. That's pretty good. So let's copy this entire pattern into slot. We were on slot 16. We'll go down to slot 15. And we're going to mess with the hi-hat actually a little bit. So that's already what we're on. So we're going to go to tone, and we're going to make it go like... So we're going to do double triggers on everything. Sorry, this is kind of... it was confusing for me to remember which ones had them and which ones didn't. So here we go. Let's try this. Okay, cool. So now we are going to mess with the... not volume. We're going to mess with the pitch. That's pretty cool. Now we're going to mess with the filter. So we're going to crank up the resonance. And, yeah. There we go, and that'll be our turnaround phrase now. So we'll do 3 patterns of the normal one and then 1 of the turnaround. And, yeah, let's hit play. And let's listen. That is pretty cool. Let's play with a few effects on here. Most of the effects on the speak are for the drum track, which we're not using at all. But yeah, I think this is going to be the final iteration of Toilet Paper Beats. All right, well, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Hope everybody is staying healthy out there, washing your hands and all that. It's a crazy world, but pick up a pocket operator. You can have some fun with it. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you made it all the way through the video. If you did, that's really nice of you. Thank you so much. Go ahead and leave a like on the video if you liked it. Oh, can't even see my thumb. Thumbs down if you disliked it. That's okay, too. Either way, be sure to click subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.